happiest of Fridays. And welcome to another edition of 5 Horror Movie Fun Facts starring me. My cat just gave me a funny look. Okay, so today, if you didn't know, is the 50th anniversary of today's movie, which is crazy, because some of us have been alive long enough to possibly have seen the movie in the theater. Possibly. Not going to name any names or anything. Anyway, today's movie, Jaws. And yes, it will be back in theater starting today. Fun fact number 1. So the arm scene towards the beginning of the movie, let me show you. This scene where they find the arm in the sand, apparently they had a prop arm that they were going to use, but it didn't look real enough. So what you're actually looking at is the hand of a female crew member who's been buried in the sand and has her hand sticking out. Because show business, Fun fact number 2. So we all know that Bruce the Shark did not freaking work half the time. See, what's interesting about the mechanical shark is that it had been built and tested, before putting it in the water. What they did not account for was that the ocean has salt in it. The salt water basically wreaked havoc on all of the mechanical systems, which they hadn't. It was a miscalculation that they had not planned for at all. But in a way, it's kind of brilliant because the shark didn't work half the time. It forced Spielberg to film the majority of the movie where you did not see the shark, making it way more scary than when you actually did see the shark by the end of the movie. Incidentally, if the name Bruce the Shark sounds familiar to you for some reason, fish are friends, not food. Fun fact number 3. Robert Shaw, who played Quint the shark hunter in the movie, has some problem. For one thing, at the time of the filming of Jaws, he was in deep doo-doo with the IRS and basically had to flee the country. Basically, if he spent more than an allotted number of time on U.S. soil, the tax people was going to get him. So after his scenes were shot, he flew to Canada on his days off to prevent that. Not that it helped anything, because by the time the movie was making big bank, Shaw didn't see a penny of it because the IRS was like, that's our money, partner. Also, Robert Shaw was an Olympian alcoholic, as so called by many people in the industry. He drank a lot. He showed up to set drunk more times than not. And in fact, the very famous Indianapolis speech scene, the scene where he goes, "Red eyes, dark eyes like doll's eyes." He is blackout drunk when he did that. He had no memory of giving that speech, which I also heard that everybody else was drunk on the set too. So there's that. Fun fact number 4. Okay, so this shot, which is also my favorite shot in the entire movie, this is the shot where Roy Schneider, his character Brody, realizes that there is a child being consumed by a shark in the water. This shot is, it's called a reverse forward tracking zoom shot. Look it up. I'm sure there are GIFs all over the place of this shot. You've seen it before too in other movies. The shot is known by a bunch of names: the Jaws shot, the trombone shot, whatever. But it was actually invented by Erman Roberts, who used that shot for the movie Vertigo in 1958. But yeah, you've seen that shot a million times before in a million different ways. My other favorite use of the trombone shot is in Poltergeist, where the mom is trying to run down the hallway to get to her kids, but the door just keeps getting farther and farther away. Yeah, anyway, as a practical effects girly, I love stuff like this. Fun fact number 5. Okay, so during COVID, a lot of news outlets, CNN in particular, compared the mayor in this movie to the administration of that time. That also happens to be the same administration now. In fact, CNN did an actual piece on it called What Jaws Can Teach Us About the Coronavirus Response. Reporter Julian Salazar said, and I quote, "The pressure to keep beaches open come what may is not unlike today's pressure to reopen the economy as soon as possible. But we should take note of what happened in the movie. Keeping the beach open turned out to be a disaster." Yeah, so, yeah. Also, here's a bonus fact. The actress who played Alex Kintner, the little boy that gets consumed by the shark, his mom, she died in 2020 of COVID. Yes, I know, really ironic. And you know something, the interesting thing about Jaws, this movie in particular, is that it is kind of a Roman Empire in my brain. I could do a much longer video for facts on this. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do my YouTube channel, so we'll see about that. Anyway, that's it for today's 5 horror movie fun facts. Join me again next week. I'll do another. Bye.